Number 3 between NXP versus Omega. This time, the blue side will be on the side of Omega. And of course, the red side is taken in by NXP. Let me just do some quick errands. Important. Dami mong dala. Okay ka lang ba dyan? Bawal. Ba't ang binayaran pala ang TV pala? Lumang kas, akala ko di na nila papayaran kasi nga. 1 year. Oo, January. Nationals. Yan ko may pa-walklords lang. Pero nung una sila piyan, akala ko wala na yun. Ganun pa muna sila. Bye. Alright, sorry. Okay, let's get back into the game, guys. I just had to send someone off. Okay, running ban. Kaisa again on time-lapse. Why? I'll shout kasi in a bit less formal manner so that I can have energy. Why, boy? Just speak. Okay, the misfortune got denied. And I think it's very risky to pick up the Jinx. I would agree on that part. So, but they have the Lulu Olaf combination. And this time, the jungle champ would be, again, Olaf on impressive. Joshi here has the buy. Not on the Lee Sin. What's up? Let me just arrange their names, okay? Ingat, baby. Alright, I think this should do. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3, series number 3 to conclude the 7th match, the 7th series saga between Hashirama and Madara, Omega versus NXP. On the blue side is, of course, of the Omega Esports squad. That will be impressive on the all-up jungle, stronger on the Lulu support, time-lapse for the Kaisa ADC, JLC on the Garen Baron lane, Arise on that Oriana mid lane. Meanwhile, on the red side would be of the Nexplay Esports squad, Arisen on the solo lane, Camille. We have Joshi on that Bai Chile on the Z mid lane, and of course you have Disaster for the Braum support and Uze for the ADC position. Now, to those who are curious, how do you name the lanes in Wild Rift? Just a quick review. This is already visible information, and you can easily access this fact. But again, this one, the lane closer to the dragon is called the dragon lane. But for easier understanding, you can also go duo lane. This is emphasizes the duo lane. But it doesn't necessarily be that way. You can have a Baron lane stay here. For example, like here, JLC, he did get the flash, he did get the Winter's Bite, concussive blow, and no flash can save him as the stun connects. But of course, you can actually see the members still of the team Omega trying to take the fight. It's a double kill as they also bag in. Impressive. Level 1 Braum really hurts a lot. I know it is gonna be the buy. I know there is gonna be the misfortune. But level 1 Braum, man. Concussive blows. If you want to understand the danger of the concussive blow passive of Braum, it's not available here. But if I'm not mistaken, that's like 0.75 at least, or 1 second at least onto the stun. And yeah, that's like a free stun. You have the slow from the Winter's Bite. That's 70 seconds slow for 2 seconds, which is kind of a good stun, like a stun and really 2 second stun, right? Then you have it's a slow, but it's a very very good slow. It's better. Any slow that is greater than 50% is a good slow. Then you have the stun that can come in from the concussive blow passive. Sadly, no passive prompt is available here down at the bottom. They should add it on the spectate mode because passive is also very important if you are accounting for the teams. So let's see here. 230, ladies and gentlemen, level 5 should be available for both of these two teams. And Disaster is just on his way, aiding up Joshi here. But by the time he actually reach a lane, I think he would be able to actually get his Glacial Fissure down. Joshi already has the Assault and Battery on. Now all they need to do is to hunt down Impressive. Because Impressive didn't burn his own flash, but JLC, they can actually start hunting down JLC because JLC has no flash. So JLC did recall for the bottom lane. It's already destroyed. NXP has the third lead right now. It's 1-0. And yeah, this is how you set up. 3-minute mark. You try to get a kill onto the bottom lane. There you go. They're going to be burning that ultimate assault and battery. Forward, picking up a Rise. Ladies and gentlemen, NXP takes another kill, make that 3 on the overall score, and takes another third, make that 2. But of course, Omega will not agree on that. They will go continue the push. Will that burn be enough? He did finish up the Braum and a Wild Growth to sustain him. Very interesting. He tries to bait out the Vi if ever truly also wants to go in against Impressive. Didn't use the Wild Growth very early because they thought Chuli would be burning the Death Mark towards him. So that's the thing, right? The overall trade went 1-for-1 onto the top lane side. So it's pretty even. It did stop the push here at the bottom. And lots of damage was dealt against Chule. So now we are looking pretty fair onto the fight towards the Cloud Drake. But you have to be careful onto the buy. Buy now has the Guardian Angel, first item. So he can just be very aggressive. He would have more license actually getting the win on the trades. Because if you really want to shut down the Vi, this is gonna be very risky. Also, the Zed has his full core item ready. Even the Misfortune, you must to be specific. And also, Mortal Reminder. Whereas component items just being built here for the side of Omega. Omega only has one full core item in their arsenal, and that would be of the Archangel Staff in the hands of that Orianna. Now we got time-lapse recalling. We also have the Lulu recalling. That should be a first core item. No, it won't. It's gonna be rushing the Ikatian Rain. It's gonna be rushing the Ikatian Rain upgrade, which in a way is like a good item also. Like, it's a skill upgrade, but it's in terms of spike, it works much like a full core item spike also because there's just a lot of damage boost for the Ikatian Rain. If you want to boost the Ikatian Rain, guys, all you need to do is just have a BF sword and this one, 2 component on the long swords. The total attack damage that you need should be, forgot about the Ikatian Rain. It's indicated under the passive, but yeah, this should work. Especially with the BF sword and plus long sword plus Vampiric Scepter. You can actually see the damage being dealt towards Chuli. Where's the cooldown on the Ikatian Rain? Chuli will go down. Down at the bottom lane. It is JLC that is punished too by Disaster. Disaster paying dividends here for the members of NXP. Juicy receive a few turret hits just to maintain the minion waves, and that's totally cool. You can actually see how they utilize their health bars. How pro players utilize their health bars. They don't just blindly, I should have always a full health bar. They utilize their health bars in taking up turret aggro so that they can sustain their minion wave, so that they can complete the push. And that's how wise these players are, and that's why they are very capable in completing that push. Exhaust once again, round 2 on Chule. In Tagalog, kakabuhay lang yan. He was just born again. And that's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Was sent back again to the spawning platform. 4 members are present here for NXP to start onto the Herald, knowing that JLC is also disabled. But impressive here, they're gonna trade an inner turret instead of the Herald. Always trade, one of the biggest lessons for Wild Rift. But of course, NXP cannot afford in actually burning this one. They just cleared 1 minion wave. Cannon minion is still up, but Horizon is advancing forward. And I think that should be enough. Maybe not. Explosive fight will break out here down in the bottom lane as the exit ultimatum is casted on towards Impressive. But Impressive is gonna be left for dead still. He's not gonna be in the position for his teammates to follow up. Even Timelapse gets caught off guard. JLC is not for the party. No turrets to save them as well from the advance of NXP. It's a double kill for the Zed, but a triple kill overall for the members here of NXP. 5K gold lead Ladies and gentlemen, oh my glab. $5K, let's look into the items. Alright, so, Serrated Dirk, right? Serrated Dirk, that's the name. Yeah, Serrated Dirk onto the Vi, now being built towards a Humus Ghostblade complete. It may seem that the Guardian Angel is actually a very expensive investment, but the lead is just so overwhelming onto the side of NXP, mainly enabled also by Joshi, that he was able to also buy another Humus Ghostblade on top of that expensive Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel is expensive, guys, especially in the early game, especially for a core item. That's the biggest nerf done towards him. Let's see here. Assault and Battery all in, and Joshi will be burning his own Guardian Angel, but the problem here is there's enough duration towards the Ragnarok. Charlie is there. He didn't stop. What happened to Charlie? He made a mistake of teleport. I'm not so sure. What is that? What? Charlie, I think he's lag. Let's see here. Another shockwave done on members here of NXP. They need to fall back. Here's gonna be the Brom. The Brom actually went for the Glacial Fissure. JLC forces the flash away from Uze. And some of the flies from Lulu's Wand will connect towards Disaster. And it's a total disaster down at the bottom lane. Actually, stop for a moment there. I'm not so sure what stopped him. But Infernal Drake will be into the hands of Omega. Will Arisen contest this one? Will they complete on that part or maybe even punish OMG? Here comes Chale. Chale has his shadow in. Will he swap? No, he won't. Decisive strategy just ready for him. And I think the Wild Growth will be up in a few moments. Yeah, 15 seconds. So, really no license to go for that engage. 30-34. 4K the gold lead here by NXP. Quick offset there by Omega, but still, I would dare say NXP still has the better control. They still have 2 core item full leads against Omega. What is happening here? That is gonna be the Vi getting deleted quickly by Jason Momoa, and I think that's it. Deleted. Also, Skaldrogo down at the mid. Of course, you also have this Herald destroyed by the members of Omega, and 1-for-1 on the overall trade between these two junglers. What is that? What is happening? Totally unnatural on the engages of these two teams. You know them. You know them, right? Like, you know that they are... You know how these two teams play. You don't expect those kind of mistakes from the two. On Chole, on Joshi. Probably just a clear mistake there by Joshi. Probably just a clear mistake there by Joshi. But a big curiosity why. What happened on that part. Now, the 4K gold lead got thicker towards a 5K gold lead here by NXP because they were able to answer actually the deletion that was done towards Joshi down at the mid. Remember that Joshi here, he can be offset in terms of his items because he did rush the Guardian Angel quite early. The Guardian Angel, without the active, has relatively poor stats, right? It's not, average stats, I would say. Not really super bad, but definitely not as good as the old Guardian Angel. The main reason why they pick up this Guardian Angel is basically because of that effect of that passive, right? So anyway, let's look not anymore with Joshi. Let's look actually at the other members here of NXP. You got Disaster here already has that Deadman's Plate on him, mobility, and of course stickiness should be available for him once he get into the melee range of anyone, maybe except for the Olaf. You also have the Blade of the Ruined King plus the BF sword available also for Uze. Kaisa here has the Guardian Angel for himself, also have that long sword for the Catch and Rain boost. I don't think Kaisa still has the second upgrade on the skill, right? So it's not yet. It's a kill towards JLC. They started on the Baron. Omega here, impressive, focuses on the Baron because there's Joshi is nowhere to be seen yet. Let's see here. Glacial Fissure is casted, and of course impressive secures the Baron. They want to take the fight. Where is the sustain, ladies and gentlemen? There's the shield from Arise, and Killer Instinct finishes up the kill. Onto the other side, you can actually see how time-lapse should just walk away, recall out, save the Baron buff, and another one. No, not good enough to get the kill against Arisen. 1-for-4 exchange was done in sacrifice for the Baron here by Omega. Let's see though, does time-lapse have the scaling that she needs? There we go, Recurve Bow should be available. I'm not so sure. I think he still needs that Runan's Hurricane so that he can also upgrade the Supercharge. But nonetheless, if he got the Supercharge, if he got the Ekaterin, this Kaisa would be very, very deadly. If you compare to Uze's build here, Uze now without doubt, is setting up. There we go. That's a very good Guardian Angel. They need to be careful still of the placement of the bullet time because Uzi would have better freedom and better license actually taking a riskier position should ever he wants to cast that Guardian Angel, but not like that. Very anti-dive. They're coming in from Joshi. Two-man shockwave comes in also from the Omega side, and they followed up with a very clear bullet time. But the re-engage of Impressive. Where is the shield? Here comes JLC, and everyone focuses towards the Lulu. The sword was handed on under a stasis, and it's gonna be JLC, the only one remaining. NXP totally wipes out Omega. Well, at least 4 members on that part, but JLC came in quite late on the party, and this would be, even with the Baron, this would be a push towards their inner turret. They're gonna be going maybe damage also in this inhibitor turret, and they will. But JLC, when he follows through, he goes for the judgment. He know he can buy some time for his teammates. He will continue the chase. Go for Uzi, at least pop the Guardian Angel. Decisive strike. Casted first. Of course, the barrier to be used. Arisen knows that the members also of Omega is just very close. Joshi focuses towards the Ocean Drake. And here comes Impressive. Huli Bechin, but of course still secures as well that Ocean Drake. And Joshi bolts break into the Tribe Rush. Has his shield from the second. Impressive chases forward and just smites out Joshi. With the jungler gone, what kind of objective can they secure? They can actually go for a push in this inner bottom lane turret, but the easier take would be a mid lane outer. Glacial Fissure to go for the wave clear. Disaster is also there. And of course, this Kai'Sa wouldn't fall back. Ikachen Rain is dropped towards Disaster. You can actually see how big of a damage the Kai'Sa can deal. Remember guys, how important it is to arrive into the scene properly, as JLC came in late for that fight. They cannot afford those kind of late reactions, right? So again, the items here, both of the teams are now hovering towards the 4th core item of the game. And I would dare say earlier that it is, on the NXP side, the lead. Speaking of the lead, we're speaking of the lead. But this is now could be anybody's game at this rate. This could be anybody's game. I cannot but feel that Time-Lapse would be getting the scaling that he wants. Well, this is gonna be full core damage item. Supercharge is now also upgraded. There you go. It's called onto the living weapon passive. It improves the attack speed by another 20% and has invisibility. So more dueling capacity here for the Kai'Sa. Lots of outplay potential is available here now for Time-Lapse. Also has the Zonya. But if they compromise their position for the Baron, it'd be so risky. They also have to deal with Chile's split push on the Zed. Though not as effective as a Ryze split push, still, it is threatening, especially that they already lost one inhibitor turret at the mid. They have to send JLC here, and JLC has his teleport ready. Let's see, slow and steady, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, 10-17 for the running game. They move steady. They're still staying here, down at the mid. Baron is, of course, available into the map. For the most part, look at the wards arc here. Developed by Omega. Just to really secure the mid lane side. They have an eye on Chuli. They can set up a death brush here. NXP that is. This is going to be very dangerous for Time-Lapse. Whenever he goes in. They're now at the Baron pit. Things are escalating quickly. Let's see here. Joshi is waiting up. They have a brush. They love doing this kind of face checks towards this wall, on the blue buff. Impressive tires to get the rotation down. They want to go for the wave clear. Very wise wave clear rotations. You can actually see how they delivered their sweeping. They're even delivering the sweeping behind the Baron. And they can easily kite it back. Like I said, anybody's game. It's how you build your 4-1 here. What another great game will be delivered up to us by Omega and NXP. This is where everything will matter. This is where the highlights will be clipped. Let's look for another copy. JLC. He did for the decisive strike. He wants to body block Joshi. He wants to land the silence. Joshi is there. But that's gonna be it. Assault and battery towards the back line. That is on stronger. No assault and battery to the key targets here. And of course, the all-up got deleted as he receives the full broth of the Misfortune ultimate. That's gonna be it. A focus of NXP as well towards this Orianna. And Orianna has no Guardian Angel. Time-lapse tries to outplay with a killer instinct. But he got killed instinct. And I think that's it. It would be a swing there by Arisen. Hook shot to go for the chase. He doesn't want to be kited back. No, everyone will just be ignoring the Baron. Teleport will come in from Chule as they want to also bag in Arisen. Aray, ladies and gentlemen, for the fans of Omega. Because this time, on their series number 7, your winner would be Nexplay Esports. Beautiful game between these two teams, Bong Links, without doubt. Alright, so you actually see here, generally, by the late game, would have been, it is clearly anybody's game, but can't help but feel that there's just very little dimension. Sorry, not very little, but rather, NXP's lineup has higher dimensions compared to Omega. They have pick-ups, they have split push capacity, they have lots of mobility in the form of the Camille, they have setup in the form of Uzi and also Disaster. Plus, they got the lead. The lead was done in too early, I think. And it would have been better, well, the Graves ban was very rewarding against Omega, also the Singe for that part. Time has got the scaling that he wants, but again, everyone here is very dangerous within the range, even within that range, that's relatively short range of the ADC champion that is Kaisa. So that's what I thought. And of course, JLC also got, you know, he became too squishy by that point in time on that game. And I feel like the Garen is too much of a pick. If there's no Olaf on the other side, you could have chosen another duelist. Maybe a Fiora would have been more threatening here. And yeah, that's the graph. You can actually see the trend here. This is on the 16-minute mark. Look at the 16-minute mark. That's the trend actually of the graph going in favor of Omega. It's dipping. But there's a spike. Towards the side of NXP, and that is the final team fight. That was the team fight near the Baron. No icon on the Baron on the ending part because no need to take the Baron actually. And probably highlight player of the game. It is anybody's game. If you look at the team fights participation, everyone is very much involved. Maybe with the exception of Arisen. And even on the damage dealt, pretty even on everyone. Chule, Arisen, and Uzi. And Uzi still has more freedom. But yeah, same with time-lapse. Still very close. Impressive did a good job, in my opinion, on the Olaf. He got a decent amount of damage dealt and also damage taken. And that's good for an all-up. So, anyway, that's it for this series. I'm very sure they're going to be facing each other once again. This is the 7th time that they've been facing each other. And the running score is 4-3 in favor of NXP. I suggest, never ever stop. Don't stop on keeping tabs between these two teams, alright? Because, for the most part, they've been just trading wins. One win lead against